Hey everybody, we are live. The Bullet Brawl has begun. I didn't even realize my first challenge had already been accepted, and just like that, we're off recording our game. Sorry for the half an hour delay. Apparently, Ruslan Ponomariev isn't the only one who was confused during daylight savings time switch. Can we just all agree to get rid of this whole thing? I mean, seriously, like, who's getting something out of this? Is it the Amish? Are you telling me the Amish are behind this? Because if the Amish are behind this, I am just not going to be happy about that. The Amish have been ruining my life and making me blunder pieces since before I can remember, and they just did it again. The Amish are coming back to strike. Well, I'm not going to let Penguin Ninja or whatever this guy's name is get away with that. We're going to play again as I focus to make sure all technical things are going well and the show has started. Okay, I'm down on time. It's 1-0, not even 1-1. It's not good for me. We know that. He's going to take on E3 most likely, or he should have. Now I'm going to start pre-moving my way to a little bit of a victory here. That's what's going to happen right now. I'm just going to pre-move it out. Nope, not happening for you. No soup for you. Still not happening for you. Take it. Okay, fine. Don't take it. Take and bake it. I'll take there. Don't even care. Honey Badger style. Knew he was going to do that. You see how I stopped my own pre-move? That's pretty slick by me. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Looks like I'm still going to lose. Maybe not right away. Still going to lose. Don't worry about it. Nothing I can really do. All right, might as well just resign it. All right, that got a lot closer than you would have thought, right? Given that I had blundered my queen right out of the opening before the show even began. But all right, Penguin Ninja, I don't care if I'm doing commentary and playing at the same time. I don't expect that to happen ever again. Enjoy the victory. Enjoy your false sense of security, which sounds like a fantastic country song. My false sense of security, Miranda Lambert cheated on me. Wait, now we're talking about Blake Shelton. I don't even know if I was open to those skeletons coming out of my closet, but there they are. We're rocking it. You know what I'm talking about. Gonna make the people shout. I wish I knew a country song that didn't make me want to twang while I sing along. All right, but I feel pretty good about this position. Here we go. B5, I'm going to push C4. Oops, he should have taken my pawn, bow for show, with tempo, and then he would have won. But he's a little bit more intimidated now that I didn't start out with a huge time deficit and blundering my queen. So hopefully we can keep that going. Let's keep that going, shall we? If he takes, should I take on G3 with tempo? I think I should. A little bit of a tempo on a queen never hurt anyone, right? No, thank you. Worried about it? I am not. The rook is hanging. The rook is hanging. He didn't see it. Yes! I'm all about surviving blunders, right? You know it. People are all about the base. I'm all about surviving blunders. Just like that. Yeah. All right, but I got to pull it together, though, if I'm going to make this bullet brawl work. I can't keep making those things happen, but you know what we can make happen when it does happen? That's called a bell ring, ladies and gentlemen. A bajing. You rang. The doorman is here. Hey, we're going to get to everybody we can in the next half hour. Again, I apologize for the late start. Believe it or not, I do a lot of other things for chess.com as well, not just wait around for when the opportunity strikes to act like an idiot on camera. That's all I wanted to say. It's not the only thing I do. That's all. It's one of the things I do. I do sit and wait around to act like an idiot on camera. I'm just saying it's not the only thing. That's all. That's all I'm trying to express to you, okay? Why don't you tell your mother how you feel about it then? If she would make you happy, Brad. Why don't you go tell your mother, Brad, how you make me feel? Brad. Watch this. I'm going to take on H7. It's going to be sick. Oh, baby girl. Baby girl. Right? Baby girl. What? Oh, he actually gets to just sack back. It doesn't actually doesn't really change the fact that he's just completely lost here. What I'm gonna do is try to just open up the king side. Maybe. I guess I can just do this. I didn't really want to trade it that way, but I'm threatening rook takes d7, and I figure that's probably okay. Yep, and he didn't see it. So that'll do it. That'll be Monkey's uncle. We're going to go to Forktown on f6. The king and the queen open to a new move to a new town where family dysfunction happens, because your wife got a job, she's making more money than you now. You don't really want to talk about it because it's not like you're against that kind of thing. You're a modern progressive guy. You're open to that kind of thing. But then, what, she starts getting all kinds of raises, and it's not that you don't enjoy it, but you're just at home with the kids, that's all. So now it's one of those dysfunctional moves. You start wishing you had your old life back, where you and Greg and the boys got together on guys' nights and, enjoyed that comfort. But then, you and your wife work it out and everybody's happy. In the end, your kids are actually much healthier because they see you and your wife work out a relationship where they don't fit into normal stereotypes and judge each other with male and female dominance, just one pervading the other back and forth. This is what happens. This is how relationships fall apart, okay? Are you still listening? You're probably not. I get it. I blocked myself out about 20 minutes ago, so don't worry about it. That's a little bit of a tickle, right? It's like, oh yeah, right, I'm going to go talk about moving dysfunction and maybe even ramble on for a bit. Does this guy know that he's just like a moment away from getting crushed? He might not. Did somebody forget to give him the memo? I mean, he actually found kind of a creative defensive move there, and that's going to make my job a little bit harder than I wanted it to be. But I'm still going to pop a pony in here. Take with check there. I would love there to be something nasty. Is there nothing nasty? Oh, there's nothing nasty. There was nothing nasty, which was very disappointing because there was nothing nasty. I wanted there to be a win, but there was not a win, and now we're running out of time, and he might win. Oh, I can't move. I can never win 1-0 time scrambles anymore. That's why I like 1-1, because I just can't do it. I can't pre-move at the same way. So that means we push it to the best of 5. I mean, that game was just winning in more ways than I could count from the start. But now you know why I prefer 1-1, because I'm old, everybody. I'm gotten old. I'm not the young 23-year-old, director of content who used to work here anymore. I've moved on, and I've lost a few things along the way. Okay, Brad? You're not the only one who's sacrificed here, Brad. In this relationship. Why do I always assume that Brad is just a bad guy in a relationship? I don't even know if I do. He's just such a great name just to when you're talking about, somebody who's just not appreciating their other half. Brad. I don't know why. I don't know why. There's like a million Brads watching the show right now. Like, that's not true. I don't know. Of course it's not true. I'm just, hey, what are we all here to do, really? What are we all here to do, really? Escape from the world for a minute. You got your cubicle going. I've got Chess Center going, managing Chess Kid curriculum, trying to keep the boat afloat. So we're all escaping from more important things that could be done here. Let's be honest. We're all in this together. Tell you what I'm about. I'm about just rocking his world on the king side. I don't even know how this match got to this fifth game, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to thank my opponent, the Penguin Ninja, and we're going to move on. The best of 5 has been won. It's time to see the challengers. Lots of people waiting. Thank you for being here at the Bullet Brawl. I'm sorry it's been so long. You know I love you. It's not about that. It's not about love. It's never been about love. I just accepted somebody, and it didn't start. There we go. Wait, is that a 10-minute game, homie? You can't. We can't play 10-minute games, brother. It's a bullet brawl. All right, I'm gonna take on this guy. Here we go. We got some 1-minute chess. Phil Damasta, Welkin. I just said Welkin, which sounds like the name of Joaquin Phoenix's next character. Am I right? Welkin. Welkin is a he's a man with a mysterious past. Comes from a small town, but huge heart. Right? Huge heart, and everyone in his new surroundings seems to like him, but then suddenly one day somebody witnesses him doing something weird. Like, where's this dark past coming from? He's dropping off a bag and then leaving it and walking away. Of course, the person that sees him is his potential respective lover, and so she's freaked out, right? Because, maybe the guy that she wants to get involved with, maybe he's not the character that everybody thought he was. These things happen all the time. So Welkin is an interesting guy, but maybe not as good of a guy as we first thought he was. That's Joaquin Phoenix's next character. You're welcome. I will be here all week. All right, fine. So Phil Demaster, you are defending very well. Respect. I'm sure I had something better tactically than what amounted out of that opening there with the bishop on g5 and the pins, but rook e5 was well played, sir. Unexpected as far as the timing goes, it was. And Yoda talk, I have begun to speak. I'm going to put the knight on d5, and then I'm going to play for f5. See, the thing is, the knight is better here mainly because of the bishop's lack of mobility. It's not really an open position, right? I'm just going to sit on the position, play a real positional approach here. Okay, now I'll push just so I can gobble up the pawn with Chekaruski, and then I'll back up. Okay, well, unfortunately for Phil, he hung the exchange along with it, which means the game will soon fall. So that was an interesting game. Let's back up and take a look at it. There's some instruction, right? The bullet brawls are also about instruction. They are not just about accents and screenplays for Joaquin Phoenix's next flop. You know what I mean? All right, what should I do here? Let's go up to the f-pawn. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. We will do it the old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way, which means we'll do something really fun. We'll sack here. Oh, he was supposed to take, so he could stop the pawn, and then I could win only with the a-pawn. That was the fun idea I had in mind. But okay. We'll come around and get the checkmate we are waiting for you. The one we were waiting for. We'll go here. Phil Damasta, well done. I want to be like the guy Shogun. Leroy, who's the master? Shogun, who's the master? Shogun. Let's back up and take a quick look at this one. If anybody else survived only on cable network as a kid in a small town like I did, like really all we had was like the 7-channel thing, and I saw that movie with Leroy. Is it called Enter the Dragon? Can we get a stat guy? First person to correctly tell me the name of that movie gets a 1-month gold membership on Twitter. Speaking of which, how's it going in the Twitch chat? How are the twatters doing over here? Let's see. The Twitch chatters. Loves me a good Twitch chatter. Those kids, they're just crazy, you know? But first person to tell me correctly, is that movie called Enter the Dragon, or was that that was a real Bruce Lee movie? I don't remember. But we played the Scotch, so this is normally the classical is played with Queen F6, which for Phil is kind of important because it, and current bug right now, Matt, if you're watching, is I can't highlight squares, which is a mistake. So that's a bug. Anyway, the queen is supposed to come to f6 with a tempo on the f2 pawn. And that gets me into a little bit of a dysfunctional development scenario, and and then you take back with the D pawn, which allows you to develop more aggressively. So B takes is fine, but as far as just the development goes, you're just going to be worse, and white still has the potential of the 4-on-3, which is what happened here. And so where did it all go wrong? Already, maybe E5 immediately is a lot stronger than it looks. If I sack this pawn and then play rook D1 instead of letting you prevent it with rook E8, now you've got real pressure on D7, on F6. I'm playing knight to E4, which is another move I can play immediately after E5. So that's okay. I wanted to back up mainly for my own sake to see where I could have played better. For Phil, I mean, the biggest advice is that you should know the theory with Queen F6 before you take back on C6, and it's partly because of what you're seeing. Black is supposed to be the one with a lead in development to compensate positionally for white's better structure. So if you're not going to play that Queen F6 and get a lead in development, you're going to get in trouble. So, okay, next game, the Bullet Brawl continues. Let's take on a newcomer, JCat36. Welcome to the show, homie. What's going on with the Twitch chatters over here? Enter the Dragon was Bruce Lee's last movie, if I'm not mistaken. That's from FIFA King 8, whatever. Yeah, you're probably right. But there's a movie here, The Last Dragon? Somebody's going to tell me the name of the Leroy Shogun Master, somebody else who was trapped in the world of only cable television as a child. They're going to know the movie I'm talking about. And they're going to get a 1-month gold membership for their efforts. So whoever said your dysfunctional family couldn't lead to something positive for you later on in life. I know mine has. Okay, this is going to be fun. There's a lot of dark squares opening up here. Things are going to get weird. Things are going to get weird. I'm going to win a queen and be like, hey, that's a pin right there. Hey. I know it, Billy Bob. I've been telling him to watch out for the pins ever since he was a little kid. And he's been like, I ain't paying attention to you, Dad. Anyway, let's push. Let's take. Let's move it around here, right? Play bishop h3 right there. Right here if he lets me. No, he's not going to let me. Play bishop h3 and then grab the e file. Right. Potentially critical file. If he plays rook f3, then I go here and there's a skewer on the rooks. Right? So he's running out of time to figure out where the next move should come. I think that's going to be it right there. JCat has disconnected. That's very, very poor sportsmanship by him to just disconnect via disconnect. He's a disconnect quitter. A disconnector quitter. All right, here we go. We got a Nimzo Indian where I kind of broke the rules of how you're supposed to approach bishop d2. You usually should just transpose into a queen's pawn game and punish white's passive development. But this is fun as well in terms of the way it worked out. We'll back up and take a quick peek at this because I think it's potentially useful for people. Chicka chicka boom boom. Will there be enough room? Not exactly sure, but my pieces are going to grab the C file. Maybe. Oh, I want to play there, but then he plays e4. Tell me there's a checkmate coming here somewhere. I'm going to do it anyway. Because I think I can remove the knight with tempo on the rook. And it ends up working out that something even worse might happen for him. Gonna be fun. There should be some sort of checkmate here in the middle of the board. Where is it? All right, let's just grab the queen, I guess. I'm actually not happy with that because it ruins my chances at a quick mate. Okay. All right, well, sorry about that beyond the mask. So here's what happens. So in the Nimzo, again, you know, you're normally not wanting to play bishop to d2 to deal with the threat, just because worst case scenario, I can play d5. And we've transposed into a Queen's Gambit declined, where the bishop on d2 is never a stellar piece. You know, so that puts you a little bit up against already a worse side of that. Now, if I play c5, which is what I did, right? If I play c5, this isn't that bad for you, but I think just here making the big mistake of taking with the queen rather than with the pawn. You see, keeping the structure together is going to be really helpful. The c4 pawn is not that bad. They're not isolated. They're just doubled, and you might even be able to gain some space. If I play d5, you can take it, and you don't have the crippled structure. In the game, what we had was, you know, you took with the queen, and then d5 was really not fun because you're left with doubled isolated pawns here on the b file. much worse than you would have gotten if your pawns were still together. But quick advice would be bishop d2 is not the ideal. Go to chess.com/openings. Use the openings explorer. Check it out and improve your game. The Last Dragon, 1985, is the correct answer. So, it was called The Last Dragon. So the dude on Twitch, FIFA, whatever, you were wrong, man. You were wrong. How's that feel for a Twitch user who probably wants to bag on me to be wrong? I love the Twitch chatters. I love them. As you can tell, it's a very love-hate relationship, but we need each other in order to make it work. No, I'm kidding. So we thank you, Nutter Bunny. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed the analysis with Hutch. Yeah, tell Hutch we got to do that again. We got everybody else there. Sounds fun. So The Last Dragon. So whoever tweeted that at me gets their 1-month gold membership. All Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity. Time to bring on the next person. Let's take on the next player whose username I do not recognize. Trying to get some new players in here. Nighthawk8. Welcome, buddy. Welcome to the party. Are you here? No? Okay, let's take on Fischetti. For show, we'll take on Fischetti. For show. Bo for show. Fischetti. Bo for show, we taking on Fischetti. All right. Is there any other 1-1 games? I want more people to get in on this. So let's get like a simul going here. I wanted to get a bullet simul, but everyone's challenged me to 1-0, and since I know we don't have the auto switching functionality set up properly on our new site, I can't in my right mind accept a 1-0 bullet simul where I don't get a little bit of help from the server. So 1-1 is definitely more fun. Okay, Cannibal Pond, you did it, man. You heard the call. So you're here. Way to go, bro. Guess what we have? We have our first bullet simul here in quite some time. Alrighty then. It's a bullet simul. Look at that, auto switching properly. Gotta loves me some of that, right? Gotta loves me some of that. It's gonna make my life easier that I don't have to, stress my little heart out and manually switch. And nobody likes a stressed out Dan. Nobody. Not even my little brother, who normally loves things that bother me. But it looks like the auto switching has actually worked out. Almost, maybe. What isn't working out is my chess moves currently. Currently my chess moves are subpar at best. Well, that was weird. It wouldn't let me finish the move. Oh, it did. It did. It just switched real fast. That's kind of strange. So it's not 100% perfect yet, is it? It's still a little glitchy, but it's getting there. It is getting there, Hollywood. Yeah, we like that, Open King. Some would say we love it. Bullet simul commencing. After this happens, I might go Kevin Bacon after this and just a foot loose, a get loose. Everybody cut foot loose. Wait, I'm going to give another check because my last move was not proper. Every man and chess player must be willing to admit when they've made a mistake. I'm going to do it again. And, oh wait, am I about to lose on time? I got to go fast. Oh, I misplayed it. Darn it. No. I misplayed it. I gave him a huge chance. I got to focus on the game with Fischetti. Fischetti Eddie. I can't move fast enough. 15 seconds is not enough. Ugh. No checkmates for you, homie. Or maybe there will be. Move! He's going to get me. I just can't move fast enough. I literally hardly even know what the positions are on any of the boards. can't do it. I can't move fast enough. They're moving too fast for me. Well, what the heck? It's not even letting me move. So that's a good thing. It's a good thing to know that the technology there is just not worked out yet. In fact, the auto switching there was very, very unhelpful. But still, we'll get at least one, right? We'll get at least one in this bullet simul. We'll ring the bell for funds and kicksies, but I just that was so frustrating. That was so frustrating. That was like trying to move the piece and drag it, and it you know. I feel like those guys in dodgeball, you know. So we're working on it. We're improving our site all the time. Stability issues. That's my job, is to get up here and figure out what's wrong. All right, here we go. We got time for a couple more. Let's take on our favorite, Chewbacca. Chewbacca. Chewbacca? There you are, buddy. All right. Okay, so we have a weird queen to b6 Sicilian. This is playable, but not recommended. I guess we'll play the standard aggressive approach and say, where are you putting that pony? All right, we'll take it. He's gonna. He should have played knight to d5. That was the knight to b4. Sorry, that would have been the Sam Adams. The good decision. Remember that movie, The Good Son, with Macaulay Culkin and who was it? Elijah Wood. How weird was that, right? Wasn't that just a weird movie? What was going on with that? That was just weird. Just weird. Okay, that might have been a good move. Might have been. I'm not sure yet. That was definitely not a good move, unfortunately, for Chewie. You gotta love Chewie. Anybody who's got a Chewie avatar, guy goes down. Guy goes down is, one of the top people in my heart here. All right, let's find some new players. New player, 2 Bra. Gotta decline you, Bra, because this is a bullet brawl, not a 10-0 fair. Wolfmare. What's going on with that? That reminds me of a nightmare I actually had one time. I'm pretty sure I called it a Wolfmare when I woke up. All right, here we go. Bringing it on like Donkey Kong, playing some bullet chess, ripping through the challengers, doing my best. Always disappointed in myself when I lose in a bullet simul. Disappointed in my server, honestly. Just disappointed in it. That it's not perfect yet. Okay, this should be fun. Let's take here and then take away the c2 square so that we're threatening checkmate in 1. And now we can open the c file, maybe? No, he makes the smart decision, so it's not just over, unfortunately. Okay, well, now we'll win the piece. Probably that bishop should have been saved. He deserved to be saved, that guy. But his captain sacrificed him. All right. We continue. And maybe we can get a little bit of a checkmate on the old A file. Indeed. All right, ringing the bell. People are loving it. Let's play again. We're running out of time. We are running out of time to commit the crime. 2 o'clock is the buzzer, actually, so I know forgiving the late start, which is something you'll have to do because I'm not really leaving you with a choice, right? But we're going to continue to go forward. A Nimzo. A for realsies Nimzo. Let's do this one. And we'll go immediately in for the Gusto. We will go immediately in for the dark square Gusto. And that's gonna be fun. There he has to play Rook C1 at that point, I think. Yeah. I mean, there are other moves, but I think Rook C1 is kind of the only real way to maintain the balance. The only Luke Skywalker move, you know. Bring balance to the Force, that kind of thing. Yeah. Sorry, Cresper. Not your best game, I bet. I'm sure you're better than that. I could already tell by the initial parts of the opening. But I've talked about the risk behind putting the bishop on G5 in the Nimzo. Again, this is not a Queen's Gambit where the pawn's on D5 and you're increasing pressure on a piece that's serving a critical purpose in the center. No, this is a Nimzo where I'm aggressively attacking on the dark squares, and when I misplace your bishop, now you can never go back to the diagonal. It's going to make every tactic over here dangerous. So already Queen A5 is even interesting here, even if you double the F6 pawns. But I think this is probably the most accurate, I think. I don't know. I don't know anything. But here, okay, you can take on E4 with the queen, and at least there, if I take C3, you have king to D1, and you don't lose the rook. You just lose the pawn. But rook to C1 is the best, and I will have to choose how I want to take on C3. And the fact that I played G5 makes this less than stellar. This isn't the normal line where it's just like a knockout for black. You know what I think the move is now that I'm thinking about it? Okay, what you did was just over. I just won the rook. But if you had played this, I think the move is F5. Just support the knight in the center, keep the pressure on C3, and actually, even though it opens up things, it actually safeguards the king a little bit more. So there you go. That's another good Nimzo lesson for the day. Be careful for those of you who play against the Nimzo with your bishop G5 thoughts about just doing a regular Queen's Gambit decline. It's not that simple. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. I know we only got as far as we did. Total about a half hour, I guess. My apologies for the late start. Was wrapped up in other work here until somebody pinged me and said, "Hey, Danny, you're dropping the ball, man." It's like, "Hey, we want you to go get on Chess TV and talking with some weird stuff." And that's what happened. So I apologize for that, but the show is coming to an end right now because I do have to get to other things immediately. I already had scheduled stuff at 2. So thank you for watching. Sorry I was late. I think we have a full and regular Brawl next Wednesday. A lot of stuff going on right now. If you're not following the candidates coverage on YouTube and Peter's reports and everything we're preparing for the GM Blitz battles, we got a lot going on. Chess.com is busy, busy, busy. We're a bunch of busy, busy bumblebees running around the house, running around the yard, gathering honey for the winter. We're busy, busy bumblebees. All right, peace.